So I was doing some math today, trying to figure out how much I need to get into a home and survive and, live a decent life. Going through the math, and it just makes me wonder how people can survive living on minimum wage as a single person. With rent, food, and travel, and just basic necessities. Like, how? And that broke everything down, and holy crap, there's like no wiggle room if you're on minimum wage, like at all. If an emergency happens, you're done. You're just done. Now, all my calculations were based off Ontario. The minimum wage is about 16.55, so a month you'll take home about 2,200, and based on either Toronto or Niagara Falls. And all this is based on you not literally wanting to share a bed with your roommate, like you're renting a room with another person, sleeping in the same bed kind of deal. Those go for $800 a month, and that's just icky. So for a one bedroom or less, like a bachelor pad, you're talking at least $1,200 a month. That's all inclusive, though. That's not too bad. If it's not all inclusive, you're talking about $900. It still works out to about $1,200 a month with all your water and electricity. So $1,200 is how much you're going to pay. That's over half your paycheck, just gone right away. Now your food could, vary, very be different. Could quite vary from my calculations. But if you were to, let's say, eat okay and not eat the exact same meal for every meal every single day, right now I'm spending about $6 to eat every day. But I'm quite literally just eating a can of Spam and a can of canned pasta every single day. So if you don't want to do that, you're talking about $20 a day to eat. That's without going into any restaurants and eating a fairly balanced diet. So $20 a day over 30 days, that's $600. So that $2,200 from rent and food, that leaves you just $400 left. And again, that's just food and rent. Now, unless you're very fortunate and you live like right beside work, you have transportation costs. Making minimum wage in a city, you're not going to be driving a car. Because, gas and insurance, it's impossible for you to afford gas insurance, even if you got the car for free. So you'll be using public transportation. And we'll use Toronto because their transportation is fairly cheap. You'd go for the best option, the cheapest option, and that would be the Metro Pass, which is about $160. So from your $2,200, you only have $240 left, taking in travel costs. But it doesn't end there. That's just food, housing, and transportation. Now I'm going to assume you're going to want to wash your body with soap and do your hair with conditioner and shampoo, and also wipe your behind after you've used the bathroom. And maybe even, clean your dishes, do your pots and your pans. And just generally, take care of your living space. So a bottle of shampoo and conditioner and your soap, that should last you 2 weeks. So for a month, probably talking $40. Then your cleaning supplies for your kitchen, just your stuff that you have to resupply, is probably another $10 to $20. Your dish soap, everything like that. And paper towels to clean and, the non-reusable stuff. You're down to $140 now. And what else is very important for you to have? You have to have a phone. It is like the most important thing for you to do is you have to have a phone. You need a phone just in case to have your employer contact you, your friends, your family, stuff like that. You have to have a phone. And a cheap basic phone plan like I have is another $50 a month. So now you have $90 left. $90. That's living a life of going to work and home. Nothing in between. You don't have any money for entertainment, stuff like that. You've got $90. And you'd hope you get use it for some sort of entertainment, like go out once in a while, but you can't. Because why? You have clothing. You need your clothing, and that wears out. You need new shoes. Those wear out. What else do? You've got no entertainment, so you have to hold on to that. How do people do it? How do people survive in this? Are you supposed to just live a life of going to and from work and having nothing? Or are you supposed to work 7 days a week, 10-hour days just to get by? How is that fair to anybody? I want a job, I want to be happy, I want to be productive, but that scares me. How do people survive on just minimum wage? If you get sick for 3 days and you have to call out of work and you have no other option, what are you going to do to make up for that? Not eat for 5 days that month? Not shower? All I'm getting at is, you know the saying, you're just one paycheck away from being homeless? That's not it. You're 1-2 bad days away from being homeless. That's how it all gets started. If you get sick and miss 2 days of work, you lose a couple $100 off your paycheck. And in a situation where you only have $90 worth of wiggle room, what are you gonna do? What if something serious happens? That's what I'm saying, is that's how easy it is to end up homeless. That's how scary it is. You know, I guess just living like this has opened my eyes and given me a new perspective on everything. Because honestly, I used to do well for myself. I used to do very well, and I never once thought about anybody else but myself. I never once thought about how people survive, how people live. Now that I'm in it, it's shocking. I'm scared for people. Legit. 1 day away. You could be just 1 day away from being on the streets. Oh, and don't even get me started on moving to a smaller town. Well, yes, things like rent are going to be a lot cheaper. Maybe $800 a month. And that's fantastic. Just the one thing you're not thinking about is, you move to a smaller town, what does a smaller town not have that a bigger town does? Public transportation. So unless you're very fortunate enough to live right beside work, you're going to have to have a car. So we're going to say you got that car for free. Now you're just using that car to go to and from work. You're still going to pay $200 to $300 or a month worth of gas. And you still have to pay insurance and basic wear and tear and maintenance on that car. So I think that makes up for the difference about a smaller town and cheaper rent than living in the city with public transportation. That car's still going to cost you $400 a month with insurance and gas. So, yeah. I would even say closer to $600 a month, based on depreciation of the car and wear and tear and having to get it repaired. Anyways, that's enough of the sad talk. Thank you for watching my videos. That's my gray hair. But I appreciate for you all for tuning in and supporting me so much. You guys are awesome. Take care. And if you like the video, definitely like the video. Bye-bye.